we get the new year started, many areas extremely cold heading into the weekend. This is a shot from Anchorage, a quick look near Westchester Lagoon. They're out there enjoying themselves today. But down in Juneau, extensive snow. It's causing problems. All that snowfall, the Juneau Harbor says several boats have sunk. And on Facebook, the Juneau Shotokan Karate Dojo announced that their roof collapsed this week. Luckily, no one was inside, they say. The dojo currently looking for a new or a temporary space for their training. So snow, along with some areas in the state, expecting temperatures down to 65 degrees below zero. It's why we are alerting you to a rather busy weather weekend ahead. We got Joe Allgood standing by, as he did speak with the Juneau harbormaster, but we're going to start with meteorologist Jackie Purcell, who's tracking it all. Jackie.
Yeah, very cold. Arctic air mass has been plunging the temperatures from the interior for the last week at least, and now a lot of that cold air is moving south. So it will continue to bring extremely low temperatures to south central as well as the interior. In fact, Anchorage under a cold weather advisory, even a extreme cold warning out toward the Copper Valley area. Anchorage and the Kenai Peninsula could see some low temperatures dropping 20 to 30 below, but those low temperatures in interior Alaska, we're talking 40s to 60 below. It's been a steady drop over the last several days, and the temperatures continue to drop even as we head into this evening and for the weekend. Now in southeast Alaska, primarily around White Pass, they could still see some wind chills down to 35 degrees below zero, and an ongoing winter weather advisory around Sitka, south into Ketchikan, going through 3 a.m. Saturday. The central and southern Copper Valley, there's where we could see dangerously low wind chills, 55 to 65 degrees below zero, but clear skies, and that cold air, it's entrenching into the interior as well. It's really enveloping a large area of the state of Alaska, and it's extreme. Here's a look at some of those temperatures currently. 12 below at Jay-Bear, 11 below at Muldoon, as well as around the Anchorage hillside. It is 44 below in Fairbanks, still sub-zero in Anchorage at 1 below. Palmer, -9, 32 in Ketchikan. But boats are sinking in Juneau due to that heavy amount of snowfall this week as crews rush to clear it before it is too late. Joe Allgood spoke with some of the harbormaster about the goings-on.
That's right. The Juneau harbormaster says 9 boats have sunk so far, and dozens more are struggling to stay above water as the weight of the snow piles up. That record-breaking amount of snow is keeping harbor crews incredibly busy. The sunken boats range in size from 16 to 58 feet, according to the harbormaster. Since most of the workers are seasonal, working only over the summer, they say that staff is about 6 to 10 people in the winter. Thankfully, they've been able to call in seasonal workers who live in Juneau year-round to help out. With more snow on the way this weekend, boat owners are advised to check in daily.
Shovel it off as it comes, because you don't know when more snow is coming, and or you don't know when there might be an opportunity where you can't make it down to the harbor. So if you've got a boat in the water in this kind of weather, you need to be down there daily, checking it out and shoveling it off.
Salvage efforts are already underway for the sunken boats, and I'll have more on that tonight, as well as the roof collapse of a local dojo mentioned earlier on the late edition.
All right, Joe Allgood, thank you very much. See you tonight. Interior Alaska, if you haven't seen the garbage truck on your street this week, there is a reason for that. The City of Fairbanks has suspended officially all trash collection as this brutal cold snap continues. Public Works Director Jeremiah Cotter says the decision was a mix of mechanical failure, also due to human safety. Hydraulics are failing. More importantly, truck heaters cannot keep up, we're told. The lack of warmth leaves crews at risk of frostbite as well.
We didn't need employees getting any frostbite or hypothermia or anything like that. We got to look out for the employees during these times of extreme cold, because they'll push themselves trying to get the job done.
Officials say they hope to resume a normal schedule and clear the backlog sometime next week. As for now, they're asking everyone, keep your bins covered to ward off the animals. And if you have an urgent load, you can still take it to the borough landfill. Stay informed and updated 24/7 with weather coverage at your fingertips with our First Alert Weather app. Just search KTUU First Alert Weather in any app store. Well, a man is dead in Fairbanks, another man injured after a shooting involving Alaska State Troopers took place on New Year's Day. Troopers say officers were called to a scene where 24-year-old William Rexford was experiencing mental health issues and destroying a Griddell Avenue home, allegedly threatening to harm himself. Troopers say while talking to Rexford, he unexpectedly charged at one of them with a knife. 2 officers opened fire, killing Rexford, hitting a second man who was taken to a hospital with serious injuries.
We'll conduct an administrative investigation to determine if any policies for the state or the department were violated and if there should be any internal consequences for that, any employment discipline, things along those lines. And then once that's all completed, we do a tactics and training review to determine if any of our tactics, training, or equipment should be changed as a result of what occurred.
The 2 troopers who shot their guns are on mandatory administrative leave for at least 7 days. Alaska State Troopers have arrested a man after what troopers are calling an attempted murder following a SWAT situation in Fairbanks. Happened off Winch Road yesterday morning just before 6 o'clock. Troopers say that a man ran to a nearby home claiming that 42-year-old Theodore Samsa shot him. The victim was taken to a local hospital, is expected to survive. While on scene, troopers heard gunshots coming from where the alleged shooting happened, they say. The dispatch report states Samsa barricaded himself in the residence, refusing to surrender, and that's when the man allegedly shot several times, including towards troopers. AST says SWAT deployed less lethal munitions. Samsa eventually surrendered and was taken into custody. Well, state Republican leaders are expected to speak in Wasilla just moments from now. That includes Congressman Nick Begich, Senator Dan Sullivan, Governor Mike Dunleavy as well. We have our political reporter, Will Courtney, live at that rally. Will, do we know what tonight's topics will entail yet? There he is.
Yeah, John, we're still getting a better idea on what we expect to hear from those speakers tonight, but what we are hearing right now is we're at the Valley Unity Rally, and what the key message is going to be is unity. Unity, and what is the question I'm asking, and it sounds like, who? So stay tuned. We're going to have more as we learn what the real objective of this event is. Behind me and all around me, we are in a progressively crowded room right now. I've seen state lawmakers, I've seen gubernatorial candidates, a lot of people here to see, the governor, our state senator, and our U.S. congressman about what they plan on talking about. Still, again, learning what's next. Now, the background for all this, of course, is the 2026 midterms and the gubernatorial candidate, or the election, right? So on the U.S. federal side, we have Congressman Nick Begich running for office. He's currently running against Reverend Matt Schultz out of Anchorage, and then Senator Dan Sullivan currently running without a major contender. We do have rumors, of course. We're hearing from different people that Mary Peltola might be in that race as well. We're keeping an eye on what her political destiny is going to be, but we're still learning more about what is ultimately going to come out of this event. We'll certainly have more on the late edition. John?
Will Courtney reporting for us in Wasilla tonight. We do look forward to a recap, Will, tonight on the late edition. Well, a challenge to Alaska's election system is headed to voters. Lieutenant Governor Nancy Dahlstrom confirms a ballot initiative trying to get rid of the state's open primary system and ranked choice voting has been filed. It would also remove limits on campaign donations and disclosure laws. The Division of Elections verified over 42,000 signatures. That is more than enough to get it on the ballot. Alaskans will vote on this proposition on November 3rd unless the legislature passes similar laws. And Alaska's Department of Family and Community Services Commissioner is leaving the department to join President Donald Trump's administration. A press release from Governor Mike Dunleavy's office reports Kim Koval has accepted a position at the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Dunleavy appointed Koval as acting commissioner when DFCS launched in July 2022. According to the governor's press release, Koval laid the foundation for the department and helped shape its mission. She's also credited with advancing key initiatives and guiding statewide policy development.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.